Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review. Today from Mattel and the WWE, we are featuring Elite Collection Series 105, Dominik Mysterio. Alright, so this figure captures Dominik in his present day Judgment Day gear. It's a really nice looking figure. I like it a lot. Dominik figures, for me, have been hard to find out in the wild. I was lucky and I found some of his earlier figures, some years ago, but with the Judgment Day being as hot as it is, Dominik figures, they're not always too common, or at least in my neck of the woods, they're a little bit more difficult to find. Dom, as Rhea Ripley calls him, betrayed his father, Rey Mysterio, and his entire family when he joined the Judgment Day. And we have a nice photo of Dominik right there, Dirty Dom. Other figures in this series include Johnny Gargano, Braun Strowman, Scott Steiner, the first time in the line. I want to say it's either a throwback to late WCW or maybe early WWE when he came on board for that very little bit. There's also first time in the line Carmelo Hayes, and then of course the Io Sky. So let's get Dom out of the box and get started. So I love Dominik Mysterio. I really think he's going to be, he's a huge star now, but I think in due time he's probably going to end up being one of the top tier talents in the company, much like his father is. Extra accessories, you have two different hands. They're both closed fists. And we have Dirty Dominik Mysterio. The face looks great. It's not perfect. I mean, it's pretty close, but there's just something a little bit off. I just can't put my finger on it. But nonetheless, the likeness is still really awesome. He's wearing the Judgment Day merch shirt, which looks awesome. You can remove this. It's Velcro, so you can easily take this off. And then underneath, he has his gear. I think he's kind of moved away from this style of gear. I think he's most of the times just wrestling in his merch shirt. The gear here is kind of reminiscent of his gear that he wore when he was teaming up with his father, but is kind of adorned in the Judgment Day black and purple. The merch shirt itself is really well done. Kind of have that Grim Reaper and then the Judgment Day. I'd suggest if you're looking to store these figures, especially with the darker clothing accessories, you might want to keep them off. They've been known to occasionally stain the figures, so unless you plan on keeping the shirt on all the time, for me anyways, I'm probably going to keep this off and just store it separately. Because I've had bad luck in the past with some of the cloth accessories staining the plastic. The tattoo work looks amazing. Dom's covered in all sorts of tats. And it's really well done on this figure. The more I look at his gear, it kind of seems like it's also kind of it really feels like a callback to his father's older bodysuits that he used to wear in WCW like years ago and then a little bit prior to that. He also still maintains the Mysterio kind of like, I don't know if that's an eagle or a hawk, the markings on the legs. He has the scales and the skull, the white trimmed soles on the boots. And overall, it's a great looking figure. The articulation, it's what you come to expect from an elite action figure. So it's well crafted, well done. I like this figure a lot. And like I said, for me at least, it's kind of harder to find Dominik Mysterio figures out in the wild. But I've been lucky to run across them, So also, for the hell of it, here is a recent Rhea Ripley Elite action figure. This also represents Rhea in the Judgment Day. Matching color schemes, so they look great together. The Rhea figure, I don't know, she seems so much taller on TV, but then when you stand the figures next to each other, I'm not sure if they're scaled properly, but I know Dom's taller than she is, but he really dwarfs her in the figures. And this is a great action figure. This is the basic Dominik Mysterio, which I think for the most part embodies the same design as this. The purple is a little bit darker, and the shirt's actually just, painted onto the body. But it's a great alternative. It's half the price, and you're still getting the same character. The likeness and the head, they're almost identical for the most part. And again, the shirt design is based off of the same merch shirt. And I think it looks cleaner on the plastic body as opposed on the fabric. So it's nice. You have options. You have the much more affordable basic core figure here, and then you have the elite figure that has more articulation and the cloth goods shirt. And then there is more paint application on the boots. But, the basic figure is still pretty solid in my opinion. Yeah, so overall, great figure. Dominik's had a handful of action figures, and they're all fantastic. I'm kind of hoping that in time we get a much more recent version of Rhea. As of this recording, it's March 15th, 2024. I was lucky and I got this guy at my local Walmart. So if you're on the hunt, that's one of the places to check out. So let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right, later.